back from the break with the Mattyvison Sports Report with Dr. Dugan, Muggsy, and Bugsy. We'd like to give a shout out to Jenny Marino and her Miami Dolphins with their first win in 5 years.
Yeah, the Dolphins, they dismantled the Kansas City Chiefs.
It wasn't even close.
In Kansas City, too. Really?
Yeah.
In Kansas City. That's not the easiest place to play either, so congratulations.
Yes,
to those
fins
Dolphins.
up, as they say.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to talk a little Patriots-Giants. I think, Countergirl, that the Patriots, they lost again this week.
That was
Quit picking on my Patriots!
Giants cheated.
Oh, okay, the Giants cheated. Anything else, Tim?
Well, that was another one of those games that there's two probable playoff teams matching up against one another. Another one that came down to the last drive, not once but twice, because Tom Brady
Did what Tom Brady always does.
He did what Tom Brady does, and he came back, scored the touchdown when they needed to.
He was a jerk.
No, he was very handsome.
That's what he always does. He's a jerk.
I call him the handsome one. You know, like Wayne Gretzky was a great one. Brady was the handsome.
I'm a dork.
But just like in Super Bowl 42, you have the answer.
Back. Yeah.
And the G-Men.
You can't spell elite without Eli.
That's right.
That's one of those things they're
The only
saying.
Manning in the NFL, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, Eli, you know, can't take that away from him. Is that he's had success in big spots, and that was his biggest game as any. Because the Giants, that was the beginning of the tough stretch they have, which is the rest of their schedule for the rest of the regular season, anyways.
Yes.
And that was a big win for them,
6-2,
especially for the confidence.
two games ahead in the NFC East, and Patriots now find themselves with a three-way tie for the AFC East at 5-3, with a big game this week against the Jets. Jets.
Oh my! You know, I didn't even realize they're playing already again. That's good. And Dallas versus the Bills too. So Dallas is going to help out both of those teams by beating the Bills.
Very cool. Muggsy, tell me about Phillip Rivers, dude.
I think he had his worst week ever. I know the Monday night game, whatever he said, worst play ever, worst day ever, but
I never said that.
Yeah, but they had a chance to uncork the champagne for the 72 Dolphins again, but he threw 2 pick sixes against the Packers, and the Packers are made up 45-38. It's a great shootout, but Rivers, he'd like to have those 2 passes back, I can assure you of that. And now the question is, will the Packers threaten the 16-0, 19-0?
Where does this Packers team fit in with the Patriots and the Dolphins and for what it's worth, the old teams of the Steelers and the Cowboys? Where do they fit in this?
Well,
too early?
It's definitely too early. It's hard to win a game every week in the NFL.
They're good.
Especially with their next 3 games. They're at Minnesota on Monday night, then they have a Sunday game against Tampa Bay, and then they have a Thanksgiving Day game at Detroit. That's 3 games in 11 days.
They're going to drop one of these games. I mean, they got the rivalry game, you got a hungry Tampa Bay team, and you have
at Detroit
on Thanksgiving. But it's the first time that their fans are actually excited to watch them play on Thanksgiving.
So, like I said, 3 games again in 11 days. I don't know
They've
your
got to drop
pros,
one.
but you have to believe if they can get through those 3 games, the schedule looks up for them. But
their defense hasn't looked that great this year. If you look, they're in a lot of high-scoring games.
But that's to be debated. I mean, Don Capers and that defense. I mean, it's a passing league. There's not going to be a dominant defense in the NFL anymore. At least not this year.
Yeah, well, not that they even need that, but I mean, a little defense. You know, Phil Rivers can't throw 5 touchdown passes every week. I know it looks like he can. Aaron Rodgers. He can't throw 5 touchdown passes every week. So we'll see.
Speaking of the new generation of quarterbacks here, Tim Tebow, why is everybody talking about him every second of the day?
He's a very, he's a hot topic. He's a polarizing guy. But more importantly, right now, he's 2-1 as a starting quarterback this year.
Yeah, and that was an impressive win at Oakland. The team he beat last season, 38-24.
That definitely was his best start as a professional.
Because he didn't do too much. I mean, he had 100 yards rushing. They didn't ask him to throw that much, and you can see how effective that offense can be when Tebow doesn't have, when the pressure's not on him to make plays.
And he threw some pretty good balls. You know, if you ask me, I don't know if a lot of you people out there, I was watching for the 4 o'clock games. I watched mostly the Red Zone channel, which was amazing for those 4 p.m. games.
DirecTV sponsor.
Well, also Comcast, we have it too. But yeah, going back and forth between games, so I got to see a lot of the the biggest, the biggest play that happened that second.
Like the Giants and Patriots game, yeah.
It was great, and they kept showing Tebow, and he made a few plays, and like I said, most importantly, they beat a pretty good Raiders team.
That AFC West right now, that's muddled. You have 3 teams at 4-4, and the Broncos, believe it or not, are 3-5, 1 game back.
8-8 may win that division. They really may.
Who knows?
It's like the NFC West
A lot of football we played, my friend.
Very cool. We're going to take another little break here. We're going to come back. We're going to let his Muggsy gang the babble and run his local rant.
That's how he rolls.
Dream big, kids.
Gangs the babble.